Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to another turkey pattern test video here. Today I decided to bring out a couple pieces that we haven't really seen in a while on the channel anyway. First up being the load, which is the Federal Premium Grand Slam load. These are the 3-inch 1200 feet per second, 1 3/4 ounce of 5-shot. And as for the setup we're going to be testing them in this time is the Mossberg 835 Ulti-Mag with the Kicks Gobblin Thunder 680 constriction choke. Now those Federal Grand Slams, in the time or two that we've tested them so far, they haven't really been all that amazing. It's been another case of, yeah, they will take you a turkey, but there's so many better options out there, and for the same price that those are, like $25 or so, just get a box of Longbeards and you'll be so much better off. But I do know that sometimes those Grand Slam shells do perform pretty decent for what they are, but I haven't seen that performance yet out of anything I've tested them in. So I figured we'll run them through the 835 and see, because we know that 835 patterns pretty well with just about anything you put through it, if it's somewhat decent quality shell anyway. And it's been a little bit since we've seen that Kicks 680, which we also know performs good with pretty much everything we've put through it, I believe. So I figured this will be a really good test to see what these Grand Slams can do, because if they don't perform very well through this setup, I mean, maybe we run them through the Indian Creek out of that gun, but I figured this will probably be just about as good of a combination as we can give these shells to see if they will perform or not. And if they don't perform here, I think it's pretty safe to conclude that these shells are not anything super spectacular, and you're much better off with a Longbeard shell. But as per usual, I've got a turkey target set up over here at 40 yards from the bench. So let's take this 835 and Kicks 680 over there and run these Grand Slam 5s through them and see what kind of results we can get out of them down there on the paper. Alright, we're all set up back at the bench at 40 yards away from the target. So let's run these Federal Grand Slam number 5s through this 835 Ulti-Mag with the Kicks Gobblin Thunder 680 choke and see what they can do down there on the paper. I don't really have the highest of hopes for them, but you never know. So let's shoot them and see what they can put down there on the paper. Well y'all, this is the first time this has happened on the channel. For whatever reason, the camera did not record the actual shot, but you didn't really miss anything, as you can probably already see here. This is what we got out of those Grand Slams in that 835 with the Kicks 680. Yes, it is a dead bird, but it is not impressive to say the least. You've got shot all the way from the bottom of the paper to the top of the paper here with no real core to it at all, and a good amount of pretty large voids in sort of the middle area of this pattern, I guess you could call it. This is about what we've seen from these Grand Slam shells. Yes, they'll take you a turkey, but at the same price, when you can get a box of Longbeards for 25 bucks just like these, why would you ever go with the Grand Slams over the Longbeards? Maybe it's just my setups or what I've tested them through, but these shells just have not really seemed to perform all that great so far. They'll take you a turkey, but they're not anything that I would ever want to run in my setup. But yes, you've got 1.5 in the brain there and 1, maybe 2 touching the spine down here, but overall I am not impressed with how that shell did at all, and I'm kind of not surprised either. I didn't really have the highest of hopes coming into it, and this is about what I expected to see, to be honest with you. It is nothing to write home about. I'll definitely say that for sure. Alright y'all, well, I apologize the camera did not record the shot for whatever reason. I don't really understand why that happened, but it is what it is. But what do y'all think about it? It's not great to say the least, and that's about what I expected to see out of those Grand Slams. Yes, they will kill you a turkey, but for the same price, when you can get a box of Longbeards, why would you look at these shells when the Longbeards are so much better out of really anything that I've ever seen them put through. These Grand Slams just don't seem to perform quite up to what some of the other competitors and other shells in their same price bracket and same style of shell can do. But I don't know, maybe you guys want to see them through the Indian Creek in that 835. Maybe they might do something a little bit different there, but as for this, I am not impressed with these so far. And I don't really foresee them getting a whole lot better than what we've already seen out of them. And for you guys to stick around and are subscribed and watch the channel all the time, thank you so much, I appreciate it. But what do you guys want to see going forward from here as far as content on the channel? We're kind of starting to move out of turkey season now, so I want to start mixing in some other stuff, maybe some handgun stuff, maybe some rifle stuff, maybe some other shotgun stuff, maybe some cheap shells, upland game, you know, pheasant, quail, dove patterns, that kind of thing. Maybe buckshot patterns. I've had some requests for those as well. Getting into kind of predator season here during the summer for coyotes and foxes and things of that nature. What do you guys want to see tested going forward? But as for today, this is just another kind of poor performance out of these federal shells, which has seemed to be a pretty common theme here lately from them. So let me know what you think, and I'm going to get back to putting together some other videos for you guys. So stay tuned for those, because I've got plenty more ideas coming. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one.